Hey there, it's Kat and this is Brews and Reviews. So, being the idiot that I am, I seem to have forgotten to introduce this video, so you're getting Editing Cat. Yay, hey, Editing Cat. So welcome to day 7 of the Because We Can Readathon. Today's video challenge is first impressions, so we're going to have some first impressions of books. So if you head over to the Because We Can Readathon page, then you will see all of the hosts reacting to books that all of the other hosts have chosen. So that should be pretty fun, but if you just want to watch me, then that's what will follow. But I definitely recommend going over to the Because We Can Readathon page, because it's more fun to see more people react to things. But anyway, here's me badly guessing what some books are about, so, you know, yeah. Kat sent me some books, and I'm going to be judging them. So, here we go. I'm going to be looking at my phone to see the book covers and judge them, because that's what we're here to do. Yeah, let's get going. The first book is The Last King by Millicent Nankivell. Okay. It is a flaming triangle with embers. So, it's not much to go on here. I feel like I am bad at this already. Okay, so I'm gonna say, in terms of genre, that I think it's fantasy, because kings always make me think of fantasy. I don't know what it is. Kings make me think of fantasy. So I'm gonna guess fantasy. I'm gonna guess that the flames either have something to do with... Oh, Kat, you picked such a hard book. This is so hard. The flames have to do with either some sort of sacrifice. It looks like this could be some sort of ritual or something. Or perhaps it's about, like, rebellion and people are destroying the monarchy, and that is why, like, the pyramid is in flames. Or maybe it's Egyptian, because it's like a pyramid. It's probably not Egyptian. Probably not. Okay, so I have looked this up on Goodreads, and I'm going to see how close I was. It has nothing to do with anything that I just said. Nothing at all. This is about a witch who's being hunted by some shadows. She runs into some guys and she's convinced that they know why. And it might be connected to whoever killed the last king. So it literally nothing to do with what I said. That's great. The next book is The Things I Didn't Say by Kylie Fonazia. I really hope I pronounced that right. I probably did not. This looks like the kind of book that I would probably never ever pick up based on the cover. Okay, for the genre, I'm definitely going contemporary. It feels like a contemporary with the whole wind in the hair sort of thing. Now, I have two different storylines that sort of pop out in my head. The first thing is seemingly way too obvious, like it's like a breakup and this is all the stuff that she didn't say, or like maybe someone died and like there's like regret and like depression and grief and that sort of thing. The second thing I've got floating around in my head is that maybe like there was some sort of like abuse or something, and like there's just, the woman looks so sad. It feels like, oh, what if this woman was attacked or something and she didn't say anything and now she's got like regret because other things are happening, and then she's like feeling some feelings about it. Because I don't really read that sort of book, I don't exactly know where they go. Like that's the extent of, in my head, the way that storyline goes. So I'm gonna look it up and find out if I was right. Okay, so this actually sounds way more interesting, and I probably would read this, having read the blurb, even though the cover still really just does not attract me. It's about a girl with selective mutism who loses her best friend, and then she determines that she doesn't want to lose anyone else, so when she falls in love, she's determined to keep it. Which actually sounds pretty interesting. I think I'd be interested in learning more about selective mutism rather than the love story aspect of it. But, I mean, the girl did look sad on the cover, and she's not saying anything. Because she can't. So I feel like I got the sadness contemporary aspect, but nothing else. Okay, so on to the next book. It is Valentine by Jodi McAllister. Now, this reads fantasy to me. Obviously, at the top of it, it says, this is not a fairy tale. But it still reads fantasy with the arrow and the thorns. I have no idea what it's about. I'm really not good at this. However, I am going to guess anyway. Fuck. This is hard, going from the last one, which seemed kind of obvious, even though I got it totally wrong. Or is it historical? Because, right, there's like a rose in the background, and like, the way that it's sort of set out kind of makes me think of like the War of the Roses, but oh shit, the cat's just come in and scared the crap out of me. Anyway, back to Valentine, still none the wiser. Part of me was thinking historical based on War of the Roses sort of thing because of the rose and like the arrow with like the war sort of thing, but I don't think it's like that. The thorn and the rose sort of situation make me think of Beauty and the Beast retelling, but like I feel like BookTube talks a lot about Beauty and the Beast retellings, so I don't think it is, because I feel like I would have heard about this one. That is literally all I can get from this cover. Okay, now I'm gonna look up what it actually is about. What? Okay, wait a second. Why have I never heard of this book? Because this is like exactly a book that I would love. Okay, so it's about teenagers all born on Valentine's Day beginning to disappear, and this girl who thinks what's supernatural going on here, and there's a guy who's actually a Seelie fairy. Wow. Okay. So it's like murder and fairies, and why don't I know about this book? Like, okay, well, I'm definitely picking this one up, but like, did not get that from the cover. Next book is What the Woods Keep by Katja de Becerra. Probably mispronounced that, which I am sorry about. Okay, so it looks like hair and trees in like a misty forest with some blood, and on the cover it says, what dark secrets will Hayden uncover when she inherits her childhood home? Okay, so this feels like a murder book to me. Like, it feels like it should be a thriller, but maybe with like a hint of like paranormal in it. I don't know. It does have sort of like runes in the middle of the O, O, and D, so that's interesting. A little bit lost. It feels like supernatural things could be happening, but also murder. It looks like a murder book, and I can't... Oh, they feathers! They look like feathers, not hair! Why did I think it looked like hair? They're very clearly feathers! Oh my god! I am bad at this! Use your eyes! I am going to guess that it... I mean, it feels a little bit murdery, it feels a little bit like it's going to be a thriller with some sort of paranormal elements to it, where maybe she goes home and, like, she finds, like, some weird ancient thing has been happening in her home, like somebody's gone missing, or like some rituals are happening, or I have no idea. Let's find out that it's probably not at all a murdery book. Alright, okay, so there's a disappearance, there are rituals and supernatural elements. I'm gonna say that that cover did a good job of telling me, like, after about 10 minutes of me saying I have no idea what this book is about, 10 minutes later, this book did a good job of telling me what it was about, because I feel like I've got a point there. If we're counting points, that's probably the only one I've got, but... Okay, so we're on to the last one, and it's called Yellow by Megan Jacobson, and honestly this cover is stunning. I could stare at this for a very long time and just look at it and enjoy it. I want to say, because of how the cover is done, that it's a contemporary book, maybe about art? Maybe it's about someone who struggles to express themselves and can only do it through geometric lines and art. Okay, that's definitely not what this book is about, but that's what I've got from the image on the cover, and I don't think I can really get anything else out of that, really. So let's find out what the book's about. Okay, there's totally no I was expecting that. It's not at all what this book is about. I really didn't get this. Okay, it's about a 14-year-old girl who's getting bullied, has an alcoholic mother, and her dad has left the family for another woman. And now she's speaking to a ghost through a phone box, and she's made a pact with the ghost to find out who murdered him, and then he'll do some things like help to fix her life. Which is not what I got from the cover at all. If I'd read that after seeing the cover of the book, I think I'd definitely pick that up, actually. Not a contemporary, though. I don't know why I was drawn to contemporary. I feel like anything that is kind of like that sort of colouring on the cover and sort of has an abstract name. I don't know what it is. Like, Yellow just sounds like the name of a contemporary. Like, what does that have to do with a ghost? That's nothing to do with a ghost. I mean, maybe it does in the context of the book, but like, from looking on the cover, I'm like, what? Ghost? What? That's it for day 7's video challenge. I hope you guys enjoyed our first impressions of these books. They were, well, guesses. But that's half the fun of judging a book by its cover. How much do you really know by doing that? And we've seen how much. So this was the last video challenge for the Because We Can Readathon. I hope you really enjoyed taking part in the Because We Can Readathon. We've had so much fun hosting this. It's been so lovely to see how creative everyone's been. And, you know, thanks guys for taking part. We really appreciate it. Bye.